Hello and welcome to this screencast about the Vital in-house professional development partnership. My name's Peter Twining and I led the team who developed the IPDP. Over the next few minutes I'm going to give you an overview of the key components of the IPDP and explain to you how it works. The IPDP is a partnership between your institution and Vital. You provide senior leadership team support. You identify a member of your staff who can become a Vital professional, who will work to support a team of up to 19 other staff to achieve some objectives that you've identified from your institutional development plan. Vital provides support for your Vital professional to help them be effective at working with their team to help your team meet your institutional needs. Ultimately what you're getting is cost-effective, high-quality, bespoke staff development targeted specifically at your institutional's needs. And ultimately, this ought to impact on teaching. The IPDP has a number of components. At its heart is the Vital Professional Programme. This is what provides the structure, the glue that holds all the rest together. You get access to an IPDP logo and certificate. You get a free course registration on one of our Vital courses. You get some discounts on other Vital provision. Up to 20 of your staff also get access to the Vital subject portals. So let's go and have a look at those subject portals. I'm going to hand you over to Fiona, who's going to give you a quick tour of one of the portals.
Welcome to this short video about the Vital subject and special interest portals. Whether you're a teacher, a coordinator or a member of the support staff, you will find plenty to interest you. From useful teaching resources and courses to the latest news stories and events taking place online or near you. Each of our portals are run by educators, experts in their respective fields, who ensure that the portals contain content that can have a real impact in the classroom. Every portal contains a wealth of content, including top tips, quick guides to useful and usually free classroom resources with a brief description of what it is and why it might prove useful. Details of relevant events and activities taking place online or near you. News stories related to the particular subject area. Relevant professional development courses. A discussion forum to collaborate with other professionals. Interesting posts from Twitter. And links to useful Open University resources. Each portal also has an ever-expanding collection of video guides. These are short narrated videos created by educators for educators, explaining how or why a particular resource could be used to support learning and teaching. They're all under 10 minutes in length and are a great way to learn new things. Each week there's a new feature guide. This one looks at Tarsia, a piece of software that could be very useful for math teachers across the 5 to 19 age range.
I'd like to show you Tarsia puzzles. It's a small piece of software which you need to download, and we shall do that in a second. And they create puzzles such as these, easily chopped up, and students have to recreate the hexagonal puzzle, or it may be a domino set, in order to work together collaboratively or on their own to enable them. In this case it's looking at equivalent fractions, decimals and percentages. Let's have a look at how easy it is to get the piece of software downloaded. You will then download it, and I can then show you where you can access around about 500 Tarsia jigsaw puzzles already created by other people. Mentioning about Tarsia and how they can be used, you are given sheets which you can easily cut out and jumble up, and the students then have to try and put the jigsaws together. On mrbarton.maths you can see pictures of how they may be used as giant floor puzzles, especially for the younger children. They seem to enjoy that particularly well.
We hope you enjoyed this short video and look forward to seeing you in our portals soon.
Now that you've had a brief look at the subject portals, I want to talk you through the Vital Professional Programme. As I explained earlier, this is the heart of the IPDP. It's the structured process that holds everything else together. The first step, of course, is for your institution to become an IPDP partner. Once you've signed up, we send you some information, including a code that allows your Vital Professional to access the Vital Professional area. They can then download the handbook, which takes them through all of the steps that they need to work through. The first of these is to take part in the induction process. Having been induced, they then launch the IPDP to their team, up to 19 other staff who they're working with to meet some of the objectives that you've identified. Having had that launch event, which gives your team access to the subject portals, the Vital Professional then does a needs analysis to identify what the needs of the team are to help them work towards the objectives that you've agreed. They then need to create a professional development plan that shows how they're going to meet those needs. Having created the plan, obviously the next step is to implement it and to really start addressing the needs of the team and therefore meeting the aims that you had agreed, the objectives that you'd agreed. And ultimately, they need to assess the impact that their staff development is having, and they can apply to become an accredited Vital Professional. As your Vital Professional works through the processes I just described on the previous slide, they're supported by us. The big dark blue box on the left lists the sort of support that we offer, and I want to highlight a couple of specific items. The handbook is absolutely critical. It provides step-by-step instructions about what the Vital Professional should do next, so it leads them through the process. The optional modules provide targeted support at different points within the process. So, for example, there's an optional module around doing a needs analysis, and there's another one about preparing a professional development plan. We'll look at more detail at the rest of the optional modules in a minute. Before we do that, let's look at the cost of the partnership. At the moment, we're in a pilot period, and so we're offering a significant discount over the standard price. So, at the moment, you can become a partner for 12 months for £330. Once the pilot period is over, that price will go up to £600, and I ought to flag up that these prices are for state-funded 5 to 19 educational institutions in England. The subsidy is provided by the DFE, who is part funding Vital. The two optional modules are 3 hours long and involve video conferencing. There are some non-standard modules which are face-to-face rather than through video conferencing. If you want to engage with those, they are more expensive. There's an additional fee of £110 for the face-to-face modules. And if you want to do more than two optional modules, you can buy extra ones for £95 each. So let's go on and have a look at what the modules are that are available at the moment. So here we have a list of the optional modules. The ones in dark blue are the standard modules. You get 2 of these included in the price of the IPDP. They are designed to involve an hour and a half of directed study, so your Vital Professional gets some materials which take them through a series of activities that prepare them to engage in discussion around whatever the topic of the module is focused on. Having done that directed study, they then have a video conferencing session, a webinar as we call them, which lasts roughly an hour and a half, in which they extend and explore the activities that they've started to work upon in their directed study. After the modules, there are a series of activities that participants are expected to engage with, which are really about implementing the things they've learnt within the module within your institution. The module in the bottom right hand corner is the face-to-face one, which I've already explained to you costs a little bit more because of the additional cost of hiring a venue, travel costs for the facilitator and so forth. By this point, it should be clear that the role of the Vital Professional is absolutely critical to the success of the IPDP. So let's just have a quick look at how that role might operate. We're very keen to avoid adding in additional staff meetings and workshops into your already existing and busy schedule. We want to be realistic about what the Vital Professional can actually achieve. And from our point of view, the key to this is informal staff development. It's about the 5-minute conversation in the staff room. It's about saying, have you seen that new resource in the maths subject area? It's about encouraging colleagues to share and collaborate and reflect on what they're doing. Obviously there may be some specific meetings, or you may want to add in a show and tell session at the beginning of a staff meeting for a couple of minutes. but by and large the focus is very much about looking at time-effective ways of supporting colleagues, often informally. I hope that this has given you a useful overview of how the IPDP works, the nature of the partnership, and how it can deliver cost-effective, high-quality, bespoke staff development targeted on your institutional objectives. What I want to do now is look at where you go from here. Here are some suggestions about how you might move forward if you think that the IPDP might be appropriate for your institution. You might want to go and have a more thorough look at the portals, and you, or indeed any member of your staff, can sign up for a free 30-day trial by going to the Vital website and clicking on the sign up option. If you want to find out more about the IPDP, then you can join one of the Senior Leadership Team IPDP webinars. These give you an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have, and indeed to discuss the ways in which the IPDP might work within your institution, who it might be best to choose as a vital professional, and things of that sort. If you already think that the IPDP meets your needs, then you can sign up now as a partner by going to the Vital Professional website, the IPDP page, and clicking on the Buy Now option. There's a simple form that you fill in, and we will then take it from there. Thank you for listening, and I hope we have the opportunity to work with you as a partner in the future.